pushes and your vision pulls you. Pain is a great motivator, and it pushes us to the brink of seeking change. Under the influence of pain, we deeply desire to be free, to be healed, to see what is hidden, to know what is unknown. Yet we can either be pushed by our pain or pulled by a vision. Vision too is a great motivator. It pulls us to the calling of a future and what may be possible. The soul is energized as it dwells in the realm of possibility, and I am lifted up by the hope of my dreams and vision. Pain will push me, but my vision will pull me. Om Shanti. Welcome to your next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. How are you? What's up? What a whirlwind. It's a lot happening here in Washington, D.C. For some reason, the weather is just not getting warm. It's just quite interesting. But it's been sweet. It's been lovely. Hope you enjoyed our wonderful interview with the two royal princes from India. And if you haven't, I will invite you to scroll and look into it. Nowadays, as souls, we're carrying our sanskars of so many lives. So many. For the old souls in the journey of time, there's a lot going on inside of that little tiny point of light. And it still fascinates me that when the soul, that point of living energy, reaches a particular part or point in time, when it enters a body, how the soul starts to play out the energy of wherever it is at that point in time. You've seen it for yourself. I mean, you're born a baby. You're born a baby. You can't talk, but all your sanskars are in you, of all the karmas you've performed, all the experiences from those karmas, what the intentions were when you performed those actions in your previous lives. It has left a scar in the soul, or what we call a sanskar, an impression. And sometimes the impressions were traumatic, maybe filled with guilt or shame, a sense of loss, trauma, PTSD for the soul. Everyone's carrying it, one way or the other. One way or the other, there's something sitting in the soul that's not complete yet. But as God's children, we will get to the destination of becoming complete. And when I think of the word complete, I think of myself where I'm undisturbable. I'm going to pause there for you to think about this. You become undisturbable when you're complete. Visualize yourself in that state. Visualize yourself. I, the immortal, eternal, imperishable soul, in this incarnation, I am setting the tone, the memory, the attitude, the behavior, the sanskar of being undisturbed. And I ask you to just sit in that. Visualize it. I'm undisturbable. I, the soul, incomplete. God's love has removed every trace of sorrow that I've been carrying for lifetime after lifetime. Can you imagine this? Up until the last 100 or 150 years, the globe's population was only 1.4 billion people. 1.4 billion. Maybe add a few 100,000 or so. And those souls are older souls in the cycle of time. But just in the last 100 or 150 years, 5-6 billion souls have come here to play out a part. I call them new souls. They have a different experience, different journey in terms of sorrow, where sorrow is connected. But for old souls who have been taking birth and rebirth, birth and rebirth, birth and rebirth, can you imagine how much love from God they have to hold in their consciousness to remove that suffering? The main focus of Raja Yoga meditation is for you, the soul, to have the courage and the interest and maybe an intuitive knowing that if I don't love something, I'm going to live in sorrow for a long time. And so the focal point of who to love, what is the soul, who is the soul to love, is God, Baba. We always call God here Baba, the Supreme Soul. It's just sweeter. It's like your best friend, your dad. I, the soul, a child of God, the Supreme Being. Throughout all of my many lives, for some reason, I started to forget the connection that sustained me, that kept me going for birth after birth for many, many, many generations. And for some reason, that algae, you remember that acronym I use a lot: anger, lust, greed, attachment, ego. It grew in my subconscious, in those sanskars. The energy was getting really strong. It distracted me from my love affair with God. And sometimes when the pain gets too deep to bear, the guilt, the shame, the low sense of worth, uncertainty, or even when the ego flares up that makes me think I am better than anyone else and I was born perfect. Yeah, once in a while I made a little mistake or there, but I'm good. You know, I'm next to God. I'm perfect. That's also a kind of a self-deception. But when the ego, attachment, lust, greed, all of those sanskars, that algae, it blocks you from receiving love from God. And in Raj Yoga, you peel away the attachment to your labels. I'm not my body, not my name, gender, not my language, nationality. I'm a soul. I'm a soul on a journey. I'm in the body, and I'm playing a part. And imagine having played many parts in many bodies. Do you think all your lives are perfect? There are regrets, the feeling, the experience of loss, anger, fear, frustration, discontentment with the soul, desires that weren't fulfilled. And I'm in sorrow. No matter how much you drink alcohol, no matter how much you go on drugs, no matter how many relationships you've had with people, no matter how much food you eat or how much shopping you do, it's all temporary. It's all temporary. It's never going to remove the suffering from the soul, the sadness, the sense of depression or loss. That's why I love in the Brahma Kumaris teaching, there's this focal point. Everything you do, wherever you go, when you're walking, talking, cooking, eating, washing the dishes, Baba, you're with me, right? Baba, you're with me, right? And every time your soul has this awareness of God's connection, you are healing your past. The pain and the suffering from your past, that's what's stopping you from really experiencing the splendor and the beauty of life. And if you don't begin to connect this love affair with the soul and God and Baba, it's like you've never really understood why living was such a beautiful experience, or why this birth is such a beautiful experience. Because we got too accustomed to the sorrow, the sadness, the conflict, the discontentment, the anxiety, the fear. I was traveling somewhere and I had to walk down an alley, and down this alley, it's just so smelly, and I couldn't handle the smell. I had to take my sari and cover my mouth, and I had to walk really fast. I just couldn't deal with it. But yet there were people living there, and they were smiling at me, and they were happy, and they were trying to even invite me into their shops. And I was like, after a while you stop smelling the stench. And in the same way with the soul, When you get too used to being in algae, anger, lust, greed, attachment, and ego, you stop realizing it's the root cause of your suffering. But in the teachings of Raj Yoga and the Brahma Kumaris, it says, okay, now it's time to let go of these attachments. Consider yourself to be this immortal, eternal, imperishable, pure, and powerful light. And then think of me, he says. Then Baba says, then think of me. And you will feel a healing happening for you. Suffering comes to an end. Let's take a moment of just peeling away. I am this. This is my religion, my country, my land. You know, my language is better than your language. My language has a lot of bhavana, feelings. This language is dry. It's not right. And it's not Baba. Whatever feelings you put in the words you speak, that's what gives it life or not a language. So let's just take a moment and just sit inside of ourselves and take a breath and connect to God's love, this energy of light, supreme power, the one who's constant, the energy that resides in the world beyond sound. Religions call it many different names: heaven, Bahisht, Nirvana, the soul world, Shantidam, Muktidam. It's the home for the soul. Just imagine with me for a little bit. Your inner world, your being of light, remembers God, the Supreme Soul, Baba, in the Supreme Region of Light. And there's so much love here. There's so much unconditional love here. And every time I experience unconditional love from God, the Supreme, Baba, I'm getting healed. And those deep-rooted sorrow of many, many lives fade away. They have no power over me. Only God's love will have power over me. And invite you to just accept that you're worthy to be loved by God. And hold that so deep in your heart today. Carry the feeling with you whenever you're walking, entering a room, getting in the car, the train, the bus, cooking, cleaning, combing your hair, brushing your teeth, getting dressed, undressed, arranging the closet, writing an assignment on the computer. Love is with you, and love heals. And God's energy is constantly there for you, but you have to tune in. You have to focus your love and attention on the Supreme Being, Baba. And so as you sit in this awareness, I invite you to practice this every hour on the hour throughout your day and week and for the rest of your life. You will gently begin to heal the soul. And take a deep breath. Come back into the space. Baba's love is there for all of us, all 8 billion. But in order to activate it, I need to stay connected. You use a cell phone and the battery dies if it doesn't get charged. In the same way, I will lose energy if I don't get connected to Baba throughout the day, every day. You have to find a place to connect to inside of yourself that gives you strength, especially as the world keeps declining. It's because souls aren't connected to God to remove their suffering. That's why it's so easy for them to give suffering to other people. And that's why it's so easy for souls to take suffering or sorrow from people. They're not in love with God. And I'm not talking about a religious God. You cannot. You just can't squeeze this supreme almighty ocean of love, God, into a religion. It's not possible. And maybe that's why religions haven't worked now to end wars. Religions haven't worked to end child trafficking or sex trafficking. Religions haven't worked to normalize our behavior to make us respectful, loving people. You can't squeeze God in a religion. It's like you're taking all the juice out of the cane. It's like the juice out of the cane has already been taken and you're eating a cane that's already been squeezed and you're trying to get something out of it. It's not much. All right, let's go to our awakened intelligence and see, according to the Brahma Kumaris, how does God remove your sorrow? Wonderful topic now, because it reconnects the soul with its original source of peace, purity, love, and power. So here are some touch steps. God is the ocean of peace and love. It's beyond human sorrow and limitation. Teach that this is God. By developing love for God, we receive vibrations of unconditional love, which soothe our inner pain and restore emotional balance. Number 2, true love removes dependency. Worldly relationships often bring sorrow due to expectations, attachments, and loss. Loving God is non-dependent. Its pureness liberating. Oh, it is so liberating. This love uplifts the soul beyond human limitations, removing the sorrow that will come from ego, attachment, and desires. Connection through Raj Yoga restores your inner power. As taught by the Brahma Kumaris, it's a practice of mentally connecting with God. This direct connection will recharge the soul just as the battery is recharged. A powerful soul can face challenges without feeling sorrowful. 4, God's love will purify your karmas. Sorrow often arises from past karmic accounts. Brahma Kumaris believes that God's remembrance burns negative karma. As karma is purified, sorrow diminishes naturally. I can say for sure that will happen for you. Number 5, love for God shifts identity from body to soul. Sorrow is deeply tied to body consciousness. This is so true, it's such a fact. Love for God strengthens soul consciousness, helps us identify more as eternal peaceful beings, not limited to temporary situations. This shift brings deep relief from emotional suffering. Summary: loving God according to Brahma Kumaris heals sorrow by reconnecting the soul with its original purity, dissolving karmic pain, and offering a stable, eternal source of love that no worldly situation can disturb. Love it. Fantastic. Now, talk about removing sorrow. Here's one of our amazing angels, the lovely Sister Gita. Let's take a listen to one of her words of wisdom.
Here are some practical methods to help us recognize and then overcome some of the habits or obstacles that stop us from feeling great. Letting go. So let's let go. We need to connect and concentrate on the positive and the spiritual aspects of the self, making this the foundation of our change and learning. However, as realistic optimists, we must also be honest about the personal challenges and obstacles we must overcome if we are sincere in our wish to feel great and make ourselves feel great. In order to face and let go of a recurring block or pain or sorrow, carefully practice this step. There were 5, but I will read one today. Recognize that you have a recurring upheaval or problem. Admit it to the self that something in you keeps coming back, irrespective of the person or situation that triggers the reaction. For example, you might feel unappreciated, misused, and unable to find a cooperative person. You might have economic problems or feel rejected or resentful. This is not about projecting blame onto others or situations. It is about recognizing that something good or bad begins with the self. This brings a great liberation because you know that you have all the inner resources to solve anything that has its roots in yourself. Although you can seek cooperation from others, ultimately you have to do what needs to be done yourself. Knowledge that the source of pain requires a change in your attitudes, thoughts, and or your perception. When you take this responsibility, you will stop feeling guilty and blaming others. Instead, you will feel free to choose where you want to go and what direction your life will move in. Honesty with the self never makes you blame others. Instead, it makes you feel great because at last you have the courage to face yourself and you have the faith that by practicing positive thoughts, your world will change for the better. Hey, feel great. Thank you.
I was realizing the other day how the Sister Gita book is like a proof that the part that she played as Sister Gita is now immortal. Everyone will come to learn that you can rise up from the trauma with your love for God. Her whole life proved that if you love Baba, you'll endure the accounts of the past. All right, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening around the world. Hello, Sandhya. Nice to have you. Shobana, nice to have you. Travel Kwa, Papu, superb show. Thank you. Got the time. Dinesh, keep it up for sure, Dinesh. Nirmala, thank you. You're welcome, Nirmala. Jokes Guru, Suman, Manmohan, Banu. Love the video. Thanks for the great show. Dinesh Bhai. Tulis Kumari, Om Shanti sister, good morning and divine family. Lilawati, Om Shanti, and all the beautiful souls. Wendy Cummins, Ulala, Annette Henry, Grace, nice to see you on. Anita Kailash from California. Yukti Shobaben, see you later today. Indu, and so many of you out there who is not on the chat. Thanks so much for joining us today on The Next Normal. It's our pure wish here. I know why every Brahma Kumari center, they stay open so that you can come and be healed and have your deep connection to God. Love. God is love. And so the more you remember God, you're remembering love. And love heals. Please take care of yourselves. Stay good, stay true. Stay strong. I'll see you again tomorrow. Om Shanti.